Hey, how's it going, guys? Ricky Summer here, and today I've come back in time to introduce you to my Railjack crew. But first, a message from our sponsor.
Chrome Stallions, Armored Mercenary Company. No job is too big.
Alright, so we did the whole Railjack quest on the channel. It was a big 3-video epic arc. I did solicit you guys for a name for the Railjack in the comments, and I did actually take one of your name suggestions, and I've named my Railjack as per your suggestion, and I'm going to show you who I picked in a second. But after those 3 videos, there was just kind of no more Railjack. It was a bit anticlimactic, and I want to bring Railjack back to the channel, and it's the perfect time with the new update. We've got Corpus Railjack now. I've been having a lot of fun with it. We've got an AI crew, which I'm gonna show off to you guys. Listen, my general thoughts on the update. Yeah, like obviously it's not without its bugs. A lot of us are experiencing some pretty wacky bugs. For my part, they're mostly just kind of funny. I did encounter one crash, which is actually the first crash I've ever experienced in Warframe up to this point. But I'm sure once all those bugs are ironed out, like it's gonna be fine. Aside from that, I actually really like what's been added. I've been having a lot of fun. The Railjack feels like a home now. Feels like my home base, my platform to go off and do other missions, and I love that whole thing. Anyway, so let's jump up here, and I'm going to do a slow, magnificent reveal. How can we like maybe get over there? There we go. All right, where's the name? Where's the nameplate? Is it down here? I didn't even know where it... Oh, it's right there. It's right there. There it is. Mercury Skim. Okay, this name was suggested by Elrond Mukbong, and this is an anagram of Ricky Summer. It suits thematically with the name of the clan as well, Chrome Stallions. And I love that it's an anagram of Ricky Summer. I just thought that was really creative. So that's what we've named the Railjack. So thank you, Elrond. Everyone give Elrond some mad props in the comments. The Mercury Skim. Just skimming the Mercury all across the Origin system. Okay, let's slide on over here and let's check out the crew. All right, I'd like to introduce you to my ragtag trio. My gunner, defender, and engineer. Let's start with the gunner. Jinvi Kripp, one of many Grineer troops bred on Sedna, within earshot of the Rathum, came to the aid of a beleaguered Tenno operative and was told of the existence of Steel Meridian. Feels guilty for having attempted to destroy the Silver Grove. Jinvi's got 1 point in piloting, 5 in gunnery, which is why we made her the gunner. I think I actually may have boosted her gunnery a little bit as well. We've got 1 in repair, 1 in combat, 2 in endurance. She's fly, she's red as hell, she's good to go. Jinvi Kripp. Obit Orr. Decanted from Selvage Tube by Steel Meridian sympathizer. Partly indoctrinated. Forcibly recovered by Grineer troops. Came to the aid of a beleaguered Tenno operative and was told of the existence of Steel Meridian. Does not like to be around mirrors. Obit is our resident badass, so named because when the Corpus come across her, they go, oh, but, and then they cease to exist. She's got 2 piloting, 2 gunnery, 4 repair, 4 combat, 0 endurance, but she doesn't need it because, listen, she's just that much of a crack shot. Why not? Toten, former freelance desert assassin, recruited by Palladino directly after a chiming whisper had told her his name. Claims to have done more to purify the system than any Red Veil member in the past 5 years. Look, we got to keep an eye on Toten. I periodically run scans of his personal quarters just to make sure he's not hoarding bodies in there or anything nasty like that. He's got 1 piloting, 0 gunnery, 5 repair though. I tell you what, the man can repair a ship. 0 combat, 4 endurance. You'll never take him down. You'll never see him coming. Toten. Alright, I really enjoy some of the personalities that the crew display. Toten in particular is... like, he says some pretty creepy things sometimes. He's clearly an unstable individual. I really would love to get him some help once this whole war thing blows over. You know, we'll go out for a drink. We'll just be a good listener, you know? And I feel like as a Tenno, we're just primed to be those good listeners for the Origin system and really try and help some people out. And Toten is desperate need of some help, I'll tell you that much for free. Alright, let's have a look at some of the guns. So I've got an APOC Mark III in both turret slots. Now I have confirmed after the last stream there'll be a link in the description, and you know what, we'll throw a card up in the top of the screen there to the VOD channel where you can check out the VOD for that stream if you so desire. But I have confirmed that first slot is the pilot's guns, and this is the turrets, the gunners' turrets, gunners' guns, you know. So with that in mind, I've got some ideas on what I would like to put in there, like, I don't know, maybe some Dakar up front, and then a couple of beam weapons in the back. So I've done a little bit of research here. I'm just a few carbides away from having some guns that have been recommended to me and sound really cool. So the Glazio was recommended to me by chat. Ship-mounted Ice Driver, delivers heavy icicle bombardment causing severe damage to enemy weak points. I actually hadn't even read that on stream. That sounds incredible. That's absurd. Okay, we've also got there were two more, I believe. Not the Pulsar, it was the Talon. Alright. Rapid fire laser cannon burns targets with instantaneous beams. Fire rate builds with continuous use. So I haven't seen it in action, but I'm just picturing like instantaneous beams. Not continuous beams, instantaneous beams. So they're probably like, it's rapid fire, but these like bolts, long bolts, beams, and then it's, you know, it speeds up as we go. Oh god, yes. I want these for my gunners. Maybe for myself too. We'll see how we go. There was one more that was recommended. The Lathe, that's right. This is Big Dakar. Repeat Shrapnel Blaster. Launches high-velocity, abrasive fragments, ripping enemy hulls and armor apart. I mean, that's also huge for turrets. I was just thinking, can we do half and half? We can't do half and half. You know what? Maybe we go Talon for the main cannon, for the pilot's cannon, and Lathe for the turrets. Man, this kind of shit just pogs me out of my gourd. I'm so ready for this. So as I said, I'm just a couple hundred carbides away from grabbing one of those. So, you know, a few more missions and we should be able to grab both of those, no problem. Let's jump aboard the ship now. So I'm sure a lot of you have already seen the new layout of the Railjack. But for those on console, or those who maybe don't have a Railjack yet.
War is a lifetime scholarship. The enemy, no finer teacher.
You're damn right, Daddy Sai. You're damn right. Let's have a look around the ship. So, I'm sure you guys know it's been made a lot smaller now, which I have mixed feelings on. I think on the whole, I like it, but we'll have a little discussion about that. So, as you can see, I've applied mostly the same kind of fashion aesthetic to the interior of the Railjack as I have been to my frames lately. That kind of hot pink, neon red kind of glow in all the lighting I really like. Makes it feel very cyberpunk. I'm into it. So look, on the bright side, it's smaller, so it means it's easier to get around, especially in combat. Like with some of the changes, like for example, the artillery is now available like just straight up. So I've been using that to take out cruise ships. So let's talk about AI just really quickly. I have lots of thoughts. I'll try to organize myself in a coherent way. So the AI is great. I love flying with the AI. So it's really awesome to be able to do Railjack missions solo now. My only gripe is the pilot AI is kind of borderline useless. I use the pilot just for evasive maneuvers so the ship doesn't get shot down while I'm not piloting. Other than that, look, we take out a cruise ship, I assign a pilot to keep the ship moving, and then I want to jump in the artillery or jump in the Arcwing Yeet cannon and like fly into the cruise ship and take it out. It can't be done because the AI pilot just won't keep the ship steady, which is unfortunate. We were talking about this in stream. The way I would want it to work is we just set a target, like set a priority target either by straight up targeting an individual ship or having a rule. Like the rule for targeting is go for the nearest enemy, go for the nearest cruise ship, go for the nearest fighter, something like that. Just something really, really basic and simple, so that at the very least, if we want to take out a cruise ship, we can sidle on up to it, target it, or through that rule, have it be auto-targeted because it's the nearest, like, cruise ship enemy, and then the pilot will just keep it in sights. And that's all I want. I just want the pilot to be able to keep it in sights so that we can jump into the artillery or get into the yeet cannon and board the ship. If that is all they do, I'll be so happy, because then the pilot is actually usable. As it stands, what I find myself doing is disabling the cruise ship manually, stopping the ship, not assigning a pilot, so the ship stays where it is, and then getting in the artillery and lining up the shot. The problem with that then is the ship the Railjack is technically vulnerable. Now it does work fine, it just kind of, I don't know, it's inelegant, I guess. So there's my little rant about the AI. Other than that, I love how this whole thing works. So look, it's cozier, it's smaller now. You may have noticed as we came into the ship, like that kind of sweeping scene is a little less grandiose, I think, as a result, because previously this was like, the hatch was like up against a wall, I think. But we've got, these are our 2 turrets, huh? I think that's the case. You know what? Real quick, let's just go into free flight so we can have a look at all this properly. All right, magnificent. Oh man, I love the fast travel. It's so good. I love the warp drive. Yeah, these are the turrets. So now they're like really compact and just in this section here, which is great. So this is like, I guess, it's essentially part of the bridge. It all feels great. This is the forward artillery, which I hadn't used before the update because it had to be unlocked, right? I think that's the case. So I mean, this is great because I've been using a lot more of the Railjack now, because a lot more of it has been open to me. We come back here and like, this is it. This is the back of the ship. That's it. There were like 3 main rooms before, I think, if I remember correctly. I didn't really get a chance to get used to the Railjack the way it was. Yo, here we go, Toten. Yo, he's yoing at us. He knows. He's part of the ship, part of the crew. Part of the ship, part of the crew. Toten, you boy. See him rocking Stolter? What up? Calm down, brother. Let's have a chit chat.
Torture someone long enough, they'll confess to anything. That's my favorite thing about it.
See what I'm saying, guys? We need to watch out for this man. He's got some unstable ideas. Listen, Toten just needs some love, and I'm here to give it to him. You know, when we come back from a mission, we'll make a little campfire in the cargo bay. We'll roast s'mores, I don't know, and we'll shoot the breeze, man. I'll go, Toten, what's up? You know, tell me your deep, dark desires. Tell me how you're feeling. Just lay those burdens down. Anyway, yeah, so welcome to the new Railjack, I guess. I kind of, look, my first reaction was the finger drive, as we've started calling it. It feels a little less grandiose because it's just kind of tucked in the back here, as opposed to having like this big dedicated sort of chamber to it. But I've really, really warmed to it now because of like, look at the lighting. Look at how ominous the lighting is. I mean, the rest of the Railjack is, I wouldn't say it's poorly lit, but it's a little bit moodily lit. And then you've just got this very, very different color light. It's like white light all around here, and then a hazy yellow light right over the finger drive, and it just makes it feel so ominous.
Something's out there, kiddo, watching us.
They'll do the things most people can't. Without that, nothing survives. No cost too great, no blood too precious is what we say. As long as it ain't mine.
Are you meant to feel uncomfortable in your own ship? I feel like we're piloting the Event Horizon here. We've got like some sort of haunted otherworldly creature powering the friggin' warp drive. We've got a murderer on board. This is actually, Warframe has allowed me to live out my fantasy of existing aboard the Event Horizon. Before we know it, skinless Sam Neill's gonna show up. He's gonna suck us into hell. Sorry, spoilers for that movie. Great movie, by the way. Anyway, down to the cargo bay. We can forge stuff, huh? This is just for like, yeah, I gotcha. I've not done this at all. This is, you know, I'm not even going to talk about that because I don't feel equipped to fully talk about that. Toten! Is that Toten? No, that's Obit. What up, Obit? How you doing? Steady on! Obit's the strong silent type. But that's okay. That's
others out there, like me, going it alone, against everything they were created to be. Knowing they're different, knowing why, knowing they'll never belong to anything ever again. I'm lucky, but I have a hard time living with that.
Obit. I didn't expect this video to become so emotional. I've said this so often. I just want to, like, save the Grenier. I want to mollycoddle them and look after them. That's what we're doing. We've got 2, like, ex-Grenier, right? In our crew, and we're looking after them. We've given them a purpose. You know, 3 squares a day and a home. And a dream. And, you know, that's the most important part. God, this lighting is so good. Like, stroking my own ego here vis-a-vis the lighting. Yeah, and that's the whole thing, huh? You know, and then we can exit the Railjack from here. I really like it. I do, you know. My first, like I said, my first impression was you lose a little bit of that grandeur because it's a lot smaller, but it's a lot cozier as a result, and it plays into the whole, like, ownership of it, I think. Yeah, that's me. I am a Tenno and I have been deployed. Yeah, like I said, it feels more cozy. It feels like you're home a little more now, and I quite like that. And of course, it's easier to get around, which is huge. Like, that's you know, there's actually like a tangible benefit there. Also, I think it fits more within the model of the Railjack. Like, previously, it kind of felt like a little bit TARDIS-y, you know, bigger on the inside. But now I think it makes a lot more sense. It fits. And I quite like that.
Welcome back.
Thank you, Daddy Sai. We didn't check out the top level, did we?
Know what I love about this ship? Everyone pulls their weight. I've been on Veil ships where we had freeloaders. One guy got so damn indolent I had to eat the bastard.
Anyway, welcome to the Yeet Cannon. It's pretty much how it was before, if I remember correctly. Slightly easier to get to, so that's, you know, it's pretty good. I really enjoy it. I'm loving the new mission types. Some of them are, you know, a little tricky, but I like the variety. I like that we're able to do, you know, Railjack gameplay, and then we have to get out and do some on-foot stuff as well. I'm so much more excited and motivated to, firstly, get some liches. I want to do some lich stuff, and eventually, you know, be able to keep a lich so I can bring it on board as a defender. I'm given to understand that they can only be assigned to the defender role. And I really want to get my necromech so that I can actually use it in the necromech missions, like the Orphix mission and whatnot. Yeah, man. Yeah, I just want to live here. I just want to live on the Mercury Skim. This is my home. Just set up camp. Just set up camp here in the... I'm going to call it the auxiliary bridge back here. Yeah, man. Yeah. Alright, guys. You let me know in the comments. Have you played around with the new Railjack update? What do you think of it? If you haven't tried it yet, what are you looking forward to the most? And tell me about some of the personalities you have on your ship. Tell me about some of your AI crew. Who have you got? Are there any interesting backstories? But for the moment... Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to gently caress that like button. Be excellent to each other. And I'll see you next time. Ricky Summer. Out.